See, if I had $1 for every wacky game character that existed, I'd probably be more scared to pay my taxes. Wacky game characters are characters that can appear in the most random times during the story, to make you think, wow, that was kinda odd. They can even be classified as a genre to an extent, especially through Nintendo classics that really hone in on it, such as the Kingdom Hearts, Kirby, and even the Game & Watch series. Needless to say, wacky game characters are a lot, to the point where their existence is probably less rare than you think. Firstly, let's look at Kirby. Kirby's whole gimmick is that he's essentially an odd pink entity that's arguably the strongest being in his universe. And to add to scale, these are what a lot of the enemies he's faced and beat look like. Not only are his looks goofy, so are his powers to an extent, because to gain them, he eats his enemies and turns into them. You can say Yoshi does the same thing, but Kirby can also turn his enemies to allies after devouring them too. Even his enemies are goofy. In a Wikipedia page, the man himself, King Dedede, was said to have gone through a grueling struggle to be able to learn how to fly from breathing air through his stomach like Kirby. Kirby is essentially wacky. Next one in a different dimension is Kingdom Hearts' main character himself, Sora. Sora's quite odd as well, and if I could add a description, he would fit the shoes of the wackiest version of the wackiest Link.
What happened?
Looking at his outfit, maybe you could presume he looks like a mix and match of different MCs from different Disney films. He even has the Mickey Mouse shoes on. Being a coincidence because when you travel deeper into the game, you find the wackiest characters to probably exist, being the Mickey Mouse crew themselves. Now the games will cross over a bullet, so it makes sense why the game is wacky. Next we had Sora's main weapon of choice, being a key. Now the Link comparison is because Link has a sword that seals away the darkness, and Sora has a key that locks the darkness away. Lastly is how Sora moves throughout the game, which is so odd that some could probably presume he invented the word wacky himself. Next is Dave from Plants vs Zombies, and this man doesn't need an introduction. His presence alone is enough to make this list. You would probably pick the worst Plants vs Zombies game to assist, and probably find Dave still being a goofball. For his fit, Dave has a literal pot and not a plant one on his head. He wiggles his fingers, and sometimes when he talks or acts, it starts to affect his eye proportions. Then we have his interdimensional van, which works like the Matrix Rufus. For how Dave speaks or dresses, you would probably guess he kinda has a caveman dialect going on. And then down to the very name of this guy, it's Crazy Dave. I don't think he gets wackier than that. Wario. Wario's possibly in competition to be the highest ranking wacky character to exist. He's Mario's arch nemesis, but he's basically the bizarre cutout version of him. He's everything Mario shouldn't be. Looking at what he wears, we see him with a static electricity mustache, a tattered shirt that denotes man, with some creased up shoes. This is only his appearance though, because Wario's mannerisms is a whole different type of vibe. He rides a motorcycle that's double his size, and for his super move in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, he eats an onion that in turn powers him up. To regain health in the game, he bites you. Wario, however, is possibly one of the most successful wacky characters ever. There was an entire franchise that was based around him called WarioWare, which was like a short wacky minigame series that actually did pretty well. Even the way Wario sounds compared to a normal character is quite odd. And then there's his personality. Nintendo dubbed him with a greedy personality, being a treasure hunter that always loses his find, and they even clowned on him on their official website, calling him every bit as crooked as his mustache. W in Wario probably stands for wacky. I could talk about Waluigi for Luigi next, but in this instance, I believe Luigi is actually the wackier character. On top of that, Luigi also has his own series starring in the Before Cry Wall, but unfortunately Waluigi never really had this. This doesn't exclude the wackiness of Luigi however, because Luigi's elements on multiple occasions is quite distinct. Not for his fit, Luigi appears to be normal and even has more normal tone voice compared to his brothers. The wackiness of this character is in his actions. Luigi in Luigi's Mansion the series is seen face off against numerous ghosts to scare the living heck out of him. He's basically put in a day that 5 cards a cowardly dog, and has to complete a bunch of tasks and defeat a bunch of monsters like King Boo. And yet getting scared is in the wacky part. That's how he handles it. He walks around the game series in a nervous manner, and every single time everything seems to put him on edge 24/7. This is one of the expressions he made from the first E3 from the games. He's in shambles. This isn't the only game series where Luigi appears wacky however. He pretty much repeats this across the entire Smash Bros. Franchise. His side B move in Smash Bros. Wii, if fired close to a ledge, ledges his head into the platform. His tongue can spike, and he has a move a part of his 0 to death where hit perfectly can basically insta-kill, but if not hit right, only does 1% damage to the opponent, with no in-betweens. Even in games where Luigi is shown to be normal, there's still something hints of his wacky actions, such as how he dunks in Mario Sports Mix, his head gets stuck in the hoop, and when he jumps in Super Mario 3D World, his legs start to flutter. He's a wacky character. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you a lot. I really appreciate your time and I hope you all are doing well. If you could, please like and subscribe, and yeah, this is Bliss signing off.